Hello everyone and welcome to graphing by using the X and Y-Intercepts. So there are a few different methods that we can use to graph the equations of lines, and finding the X and Y-intercepts is one method that we can use. All we have to have are 2 points to be able to graph a line. It's recommended that you have 3 points, but all you have to have are 2 points to be able to graph a line. So to find the X-intercept is where the graph intersects the x-axis. All X-intercepts are in the form of A0, where A can be any number, and every X-intercept has the Y-coordinate of 0. So to find the X-intercept, all we have to do is to replace the Y variable with 0 in our equation and solve the equation for X. And that will give us the point of where the line crosses or touches sometimes, but in this case we're drawing lines, so crosses the x-axis. Now the y-intercept is where the graph intersects the y-axis. All y-intercepts are in the form of 0b, which simply means that all of the y-intercepts have x-coordinates of 0. To find the y-intercept, replace the x variable with 0 and solve for y. So again, this is simply plugging in 0 for the opposite coordinate to find that particular intercept. Once we find those 2 points, we can plot those 2 points on a graph and draw our line through it. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. Okay, this example says to find the X and Y-intercepts from the graph. Again, the X-intercept is where the graph crosses the X-axis. The Y-intercept is where the graph crosses the Y-axis. So if I want to locate the X-intercept, the first thing that I know about the X-intercept is that the Y-coordinate is 0, because the Y-coordinate is always 0 for every X-intercept. So now I just need to find out where this line crosses the x-axis. So counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here, that's where the line crosses the x-axis. Therefore, that is my x-intercept, 6, 0. Now the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. So on my y-axis, I see that my line crosses right here at that point. And remember, every y-intercept has an x-coordinate of 0, which means we don't go left or right to get to the point. We just go up or down. In this case, we go up 1, 2, 3 places. So my y-intercept is 0, 3. So very simply, every x-intercept has a y-coordinate of 0. Every y-intercept has an x-coordinate of 0. Okay, so what if we are given this equation and they want us to graph it by using the X and Y-intercepts? Well, first of all, let's find the X and Y-intercepts. We have 2x minus 8y equals 8. Every x-intercept has a y-coordinate of 0. So to find the x-intercept, I replace y with 0 in the given equation and then solve it for x. So 8 times 0 is 0. 2x minus 0 is simply 2x. Then divide by 2, and x equals 4. So when y is 0, x is 4. That is our x-intercept, 4, 0. So from the origin, I would go to the right 4 places and put a point. That is my x-intercept. The y-intercept has an x-coordinate of 0, so I will do just the opposite. I will write that same equation. However, this time I will replace X with 0. So 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 8y is simply negative 8y. Let me correct that there. And then divide both sides by negative 8. And the y-intercept is negative 1. So plot that point, 0, negative 1. From the origin, I would just go down 1 place. And plot the point. Now my final step would simply be to draw my line through those points. And that's how we graph, by using the X and Y-intercepts. So again, to find the X-intercept, replace the Y variable with 0. To find the Y-intercept, replace the X variable with 0. Okay, so let's look at another example. Let's say we have negative X plus 4y equals 8. So how do we find the X-intercept? Replace the Y variable with 0. So now we have negative, it was understood to be negative 1, negative 1x plus 4 times 0 equals 8. 4 times 0 is simply 0, so that goes out. So now we have negative 1x, negative 1 times x equals 8. Divide by negative 1, and x is equal to negative 8. Okay, so the coordinates of that point would be negative 8, and the y coordinate is 0. Okay, the y-intercept, let x equal 0. So negative, replace x with 0. Now again, that's understood to be negative 1 times 0, and anything times 0 is 0. So now we have positive 4y equals 8. Divide by 4, and y equals 2. So the y-intercept is 0, 2. Plot those 2 points, y-intercept, x-intercept. Play connect the dots. Okay, so let's look at one more example of finding the X and Y-intercept. All right, so let's just find the X and Y-intercepts from this equation. Okay, so the X-intercept, that's right, replace y with 0. So we have 2x minus 6 equals 3 times 0. So 2x minus 6, 3 times 0 is 0. Solve the equation for x. So we would add 6 to both sides. And divide by 2. So the x-intercept is 3, 0. The y-intercept, replace x with 0. So the same equation, however, we will replace the x with 0 and solve the equation for y. So again, anything times 0 is simply 0. So I end up with -6 equals 3y. Divide by 3, divide by 3, and y equals -6 divided by 3 is -2. So the point 0, -2 is where the graph crosses the y-axis. So again, if I wanted to graph that, I could plot those 2 points and then play connect the dots. Okay, I hope you found this video to be helpful. Thank you.